Very good. So the recordings are going to be done every time we meet, and then the recordings are actually available on the CORP MSME portal. So we'll give you a link at the end of this session. So in case you missed any of the sessions before, you can go back and just catch up and see how you can benefit from those recordings. But for now, Nyawira, please go ahead and say the prayer, and we'll get started. Nyawira, I think you're still on mute. Let me see. Yes, if you could unmute your mic. Nyawira is a private manager for digital payments, and we're going to be hearing from her as one of the people who is responding to some of the questions. So it's really exciting that you're here, Nyawira. Go ahead, Nyawira.
Thank you very much, Sam. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Let us believe in prayer. Father, we come before you this morning. We want to give you thanks, dear God, for this day. We do not take it for granted that we are alive, dear Father. We know that there were those who are not able to see this day, but we are here and we are glad that we have been able to see this day, dear Father. Father, we also ask you to be with us during this session. We ask for our interactive session. We ask you to be with our customers, dear Father. As we do have this interactive session, dear God, let them be able to get knowledge that they're going to inculcate in their businesses, so that they're able to see growth in their businesses, dear God, and let us be able to add value to their businesses, dear God, and they're able to thrive in their businesses, dear Father. And I pray this trusting and believing in your name.
Amen. Thank you, Nyawira. Very powerful. So thank you so much for that prayer. Very good. So the other thing I may have forgotten to mention is we're online. So even in your comments, you have access to the comments. Please use it well. Kindly be respectful of others because we want to keep this environment something that's friendly for everyone. Okay. Thank you, Nyawira. All right. Now, let me start with our usual bit of a question. Did you know in 2021, which was just last year, CORP Bank was awarded Product Innovation of the Year at the Global SME Finance Awards? Did you know that? If you're part of CORP Bank and you didn't know this, well, now you know. And these awards are given to fintechs and also banking institutions, finance institutions that are doing a lot towards helping support the SME segment. So we are super proud of that. We're not telling you so you can know how great we are, but it's because it's in line of something that is a passion to us. Providing value is what we do for SMEs, and we're quite honored to get that award as a CORP Bank. So just thought I would share that. All right. So away from that, a quick introductions. My name is Sam Chimera, facilitator and moderator for these sessions. With me, so these are some of the usual suspects, and when I say usual suspects, the faces that you can expect to see on these sessions. We have Peter Ndumia, who is the head non-financial services for Bank. And with me is also Fiona Maina, who is part of the AMI family, which I am also a part of. Okay? She's a project coordinator. So we'll be the person who is making a lot of the communications, running behind the scenes. If she doesn't work, none of this happens. So she's doing a really great job, and I want us to appreciate her for that as well. All right, very good. So today is all about knowing your bank. So when we normally do, in terms of bank, we have the KYC language. So KYC means know your customer or know your client. And there's quite a bit of intense work that goes into that, making sure you have the right client, making sure you connect, making sure you can help and all these things. But we thought it would be good for these sessions, and Peter is going to be telling us a bit about them. But every month, every week, we have these sessions. At the end of every month, we thought it would be great for us as the clients, as the customers, to get to know the bank. So sometimes it's opportunities, but also just to get to know how can I ask the questions that I have. Sometimes you're stuck with a question and you don't know who to run to. These are the sessions that will help to demystify that. So in order to help us get to know the bank a little bit more, of course, we're going to have Peter Ndumia, who is head non-financial services, a critical part of this whole process. But with him in the background, we're also going to have Daniel Kimani, who is trade finance product manager. We're going to have Moses Gitau, and in the event that he is not here, we are going to still be having Daniel Karaimu. Sorry, I sometimes say the name wrong. This is the head liabilities unit, and these are some of the faces that you can expect to see, some of the voices that you can expect to hear. So prepare your questions, put them in the Q&A. If you just have a comment, you can put it in the chat. So that's who you can expect in this session. For now, though, I'd like to invite Peter and Dumia to just give us a bit of a welcome. Tell us a bit about Coop Bank and why is this weekly webinar something that's important to Coop Bank.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so very much, Sam. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Perfectly.
Thank you, and a very, very warm welcome to our customers. I think today we are excited. We have over 200 participants, and we've just started. So thank you so very much, our customers, even for getting time to join us online so that we can have a bit of a discussion, interaction, and we can answer some of the questions and some of the issues that you have as you conduct your business. So I think for us, it's really to welcome you and also to take this opportunity to say that we will continue to have this program running every week. I think last week we had a very engaging and very interactive session on debt management, and we got some of the strategies and tips that we can embrace even as we conduct businesses and be able to handle our debts. And especially for the business, we had Noni Kihage, we had Moses Gitao, who gave us quite a lot of insights. I think, as we indicated, it's be happening every week. Or rather this month, we have been talking about financial management, some of the tips that we need to have. And I think going forward, we'll be having a different theme, joining a new month next. Next week, we'll be talking about sales and marketing. And so it's quite a very, very well thought of a program. And we hope that we will continue to learn and implement some of the things that we have as we do our business. So again, we also commit to continue supporting you with some of the products and some of the solutions that speak to you even as you do business and support you as you conduct business. And that's why you can see a number of us are here from the product houses. We call them product houses because they support us as we do business. So they support us with the products development and ensuring that then we handle all the emerging issues, as we run our operations in our business. I think as you noticed, we've really partnered with different stakeholders. This time around, we are working closely with AMI, that is African Management Institute, and I'm sure we'll be getting great speakers as we proceed. So ours is just to encourage us to participate, to be together with us, even in this session where we'll be talking more about the bank and running through some of the things that we have been able to discuss in this month. So ours is just to encourage you to talk to us during the session, have the chat, have the questions and answer tab. Let us keep engaging so that we can be able to respond to you through the chat box as well. So karibuni sana. We not want to talk further. We want to engage you. We want to proceed with the program. So Sam, over to you. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Peter. I love the fact that already we have people who are putting questions in the Q&A, and we're excited. We're going to come to that. But before you come to that, so you've had a bit about Coop Bank and why this program is very important, why we're providing the weekly webinars. Let me tell you a little bit about the AMI that Peter has just mentioned. So it's Coop Bank with AMI providing this value to the customers of Coop Bank. So I hope that you're loving that. Tell you a bit about AMI. So our AMI is African Management Institute. What we do is we enable ambitious businesses and entrepreneurs across Africa to thrive. The way we do it is by providing tools, practical tools and training. We don't believe in theory. Theory is good, but the African entrepreneur needs something they need to work with now. They need something for now, something for tomorrow. So we don't try to take too much time losing ourselves in academia. We want to provide tools that can help your business move forward. So this is just a bit of stats on our presence in terms of 39 countries reached and about 36,000 people trained, content, or especially online in many different languages and so on. So that's the proud work that we have with the SMEs across the continent. Now, there's a huge opportunity that I wanted to let you know about before we get into the session. So on your screen, you should be seeing a banner or like a poster. So we have what we call the Grow Your Business opportunity, and particularly for Kenya, it's going to be virtual. Now, if you're interested in growing your business, interested in moving to the next level, and you need training, well, there's an opportunity. So it's fully sponsored, and that's why we thought to share it with you. There's a full sponsorship that you can maximize. So this program is fully free, and it's a limited period to qualified applicants. So it's part of a research study that we're doing. You get to get the value, but you also help give us some feedback on how businesses can be developed in Africa. And that's how we win. So because we want to build our economy. So here's the contacts down at the bottom. Also, maybe the easy thing to do is to have a link in the chat. I think there's a link in the chat already. I'll just give you a minute. Yes, Fiona, thank you so much for that. So there's a link in the chat. If you're interested in maximizing this opportunity, use the link, and then you can just read a bit more about it after, but it's fully sponsored. So of course, we want you to maximize the opportunities that are here. So go ahead and do that, all right? Very good. So before we get started, I'd like you to type your name and your business name in the chat, just so you know, if you see the number on the screen, it says 231. That's only the people who are actually using their like digital phones. But there's people with like laptops and other devices that are checking in and logging in. And the last two times we had about 600 and 670 something total in attendance. So this is amazing. Thank you for being here. We're super excited. And right now, I want you to type your name and your business name in the chat. So the reason I ask you to do this is because it's also part of our networking aspect. Because if someone, I want you also to type, so your name, your business, but also where. So which side of town are you? Where can we find you? Someone just might be looking for you. So Stephen is in Mombasa, Kenya. Stephen, let me know, what do you do if I'm in Mombasa? What do I look, if I need Stephen, what does Stephen do? What can Stephen help me with? Okay. John, what do you do and where are you? So John, what do you do? Where are you? Good. So Edwin is a photographer. He's in Ruiru. And if you're in that side of town, you can find Edwin. Elijah is Tower Adventures. If you're in Mombasa side, you can look for him for car hire and tours. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Nancy is, let me see, where is Nancy? Dilemma is in Nalulingo, Agrovet, Wabuye town. I need you to let me know what you do. Okay, so just your name, your business, and where you are. Okay, so keep that coming. And that would just, so we had very many businesses here, and it's always good to know who can I go to for what. You never know who is seeing your name here and thinking, I think I need to look up this person. They might be able to help me to move to the next level. The second thing that I want us to do as a quick connect is I want to give you a Know Your Bank quiz, okay? Know Your Bank quiz. Oh, sorry, I mixed it up. The 200 that are here are computers, and then there's other devices that are about 400 plus. But let's get to the quiz, all right? Know Your Bank quiz. I'm going to use a poll. Let me check. So the first question that I'm asking, here we go. Just 30 seconds and I switch off, okay? So you have 25 seconds. In which year did Coop Bank start its operations? Let's see. Very quickly. Let's see. About like 15 seconds. Let's see who knows their bank. No, it didn't start 2 years ago. It started very many years ago. Let's see. Just a few more seconds. Come on. Okay, just let me see. So we have 50% of us have responded. I see that people are rushing to respond. If you want to check your message. All right, let's see. So most of you think it's 68. Some of you think it's 64. Okay, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to end the poll here. So about 50. Good. Okay. Then I'm going to end the poll here. So if you said 64, you are wrong. The right answer is 68. Okay. You need to know your bank, people. Okay, one last question. Let me ask. So how much capital did Coop Bank start with? Was it 2 million Kenyan shillings or was it 255,000? Which one? 2 million or 250? 2 million or let's see. Do you know your bank? Do you know how your bank started? It would be very interesting to see. Okay. I'm going to make this a bit shorter. Then we get into our session today. Our speakers are ready to answer your questions. If you have any question after this, I'm going to give you a moment to respond and put that in the chat. Very good. Let me see. Right now, I'm just going to wait for a few more responses. So 10 seconds. 10, 9, 7, no, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let me just end it with the 1. Okay, good. Let me end the 4. So most of you said 255,000, and I'm sorry. You are right. Good. Sorry, I'd scared some of you. So yes, the bank started with 255,000, and that's actually, there's a bit of a backstory to that I will be telling you a little bit in a short while, okay? In terms of how the bank started with this particular money, and then got a bit more from the government, and then was able to grow that way. Okay, good. So we're learning about our bank. Now I want to give you one more opportunity. So we have a Q&A section. Right now, what I want you to do is type one question that you'd like to ask for bank. Just one question, one key question. Now, of course, I'm going to ask you to make it as clear, as brief as you can, because if it's too long, then we might miss the answer, okay? Or we might miss the question, and we don't want to miss any question. So right now, I'm looking at the Q&A section. I'm going to give chance for a few questions to come in. And even as the discussion continues, okay, please go ahead and put your question in there. Okay, very good. So I see already we have some number of questions here. Very good. So you can keep that coming, and there's no timeline to it, so you can just keep that coming. In the meantime, let me just let you know what we can expect today. So in our agenda, we've done a quick connect, our introductions. I want to walk you through the recap sessions that we've had. Okay, so this is our 5th session, and I just want to walk you through some of the sessions that you may have missed, or some of you were actually around for those, just to catch you up on how those went. And then we'll get into this Q&A. The bulk of the time together is going to be all about you finding out about your bank. So if you've ever been curious to have a question around, like, I wonder, what does this look like? Why does this happen? I know someone was asking, what happens to my loan when I'm dead? Things like any and every question, put it in the chat, rather in the Q&A, and we'll have someone respond. So then at the end of that, we will have live questions. So that's going to be not key customers, everyone is a key customer, but live questions, and then we'll have a call to action. Now, let me take just a few moments to walk you through what you may have missed in the last couple of sessions. I had the honor of being the first trainer on this session, on these webinars, and what we were talking about was cash burn rate. And some of the top tips were, do you know your cash burn rate in terms of how much money are you spending daily, weekly, monthly, because you need to know that in order to find out what decision you need to make, so that you know when to get extra financing. Okay, you don't want to wait too late. So you need to look closely at your financials and also analyze your business environment. The next week, we had Mwangura, who is amazing. Mwangura is the CEO and the lead coach. Mwangura Mwengombe is the CEO and lead coach of Ari Capital. And he was talking about, the key topic there was personal finance versus business finance. How do you succeed in both? And some of the top tips for those who were not here were the fact that personal finance is for convenience and comfort. Business finance is for investment. And it was quite an interesting session because most of us said we prioritize business finance more, but his wisdom was saying, no, you need to start with personal finance, create stability, then move to investment, okay? And then the next thing, the next tip was how you treat your personal finances, how you control your personal finances. Quite amazing gentleman here. The next speaker we had was Chris Oliver, who is the CFO, Chief Financial Officer, AMI, and he was looking at accounting essentials and strategies for MSMEs. He's very well experienced across Africa and in different financial contexts. And some of the top tips he gave us were some in form of questions, golden triangle that he talked to us about that you can recap on. And then lastly, what do you want to spend your borrowed money on? Before you choose to borrow, first figure out, what do I want to use this money for? And then last week, we had Noni Kihagi, founder, CEO of Mirror Wealth Coaching, brilliant lady. And we had Moses Kitao, who is head business banking. And between the two of them, they were discussing debt management. Top tips from there. Question: are you making money by accident or by design? In terms of also figuring out how can I put it? In terms of before you get your debt, what do you want to use the borrowed money for? I think there's a bit of a typo here. What do you want to use the borrowed money for? But also, how do you have your good, healthy financial habits in place so that you can succeed when you borrow, but also without borrowing? How can you manage that? And also, when it comes to debt, which debt do you eliminate first and things like that? And also, we have to get some knowledge on debt management. So we're here. So that's what you may have missed. And every week, we're going to continue bringing you great speakers, and we're going to be jumping into all the areas that can help you. Next month, we're going to be dealing with a unique subject, so don't go anywhere. We'll be telling you what you can expect. But today, I want to bring it to the core. We're looking at Know Your Bank, okay? So do you know your bank? We've given you a bit of information, but now you get to ask these different questions. And in order for us to get started, I want to just welcome our speakers. So we have Daniel Kimani. Daniel, I'm going to ask all our speakers to just get on video, and just so you can get to meet them. So Daniel is part of Co-op Bank Kenya. There you are. And he is Trade Finance Product Manager. Daniel, if you could say a quick hello.
Good morning, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Daniel. And with us, we also have Peter Numia, whose voice you've already had, Head Non-Financial Services. Peter, if you could come on video and say another quick hello.
Good morning, our customers again. Great to meet you again. Thank you.
Very good. And then we also have Daniel. So we have another Daniel Karaimu, whose voice you've had before. I think it was in the second session. He's the Head Liabilities Unit. Daniel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Daniel, if you come on video, please.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to see you again, and happy to be with you. And I'm sure we are going to be interacting. Thank you so much.
And then the other person who's going to be filling in for Moses Kitao, very capable person, is Nyawira. Peter, if you could stay on video. Nyawira Gikavi, who said our prayer. Nyawira, if you could come onto video. There you go. So we have to balance it out. There are too many men here.
Good morning, customers. Welcome to the session.
Yes, very good.
Engage us as much as possible.
Okay, very good. So briefly, I would just want you guys to introduce yourselves. Daniel Karaimu, let's start with you. And like 1 or 2 sentences, what do you do with the bank? What does your work look like?
Thank you, Sam. I think as you introduced, I deal with the digital liabilities. To demystify that is to say we are supporting you to be able to bring in your deposits through the digital channels available. So what I do is to ensure that you are able to deposit your account either from our paybill systems, also the lines of PesaLink, so you can be able to support your business wherever you are without having to use cash. So basically that's what we support, and that's what we ensure that is running for you, and ensure that you are able to get value immediately when that transaction happens in your account.
All right, very good. Let's start with the Daniels today. So we've heard from Daniel Karaimu. Daniel Kimani, as Trade Finance Product Manager, this role sounds extremely important. Please help us understand, what can we expect from you? What kind of work do you do so we can ask the right questions as well?
Thank you, Sam. For me, Trade Finance, I sit at Trade Finance Department supporting the MSME space, so all the branches across the network. What we do is that trade finance can easily be defined as facilitating or financing trade. Therefore, if you're doing a transaction or if you're importing anything, if you're buying something from your suppliers, this is where now the bank's in, and we support those transactions by offering the different trade finance solutions in the bank. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much, Daniel. Now let's hear from the one and only lady on the panel, the powerful lady on the panel. Nyawira, please tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're in the digital space as well, with digital banking. Please, sorry, I don't want to preempt the introduction. Please tell us a bit about yourself and the kind of work that you do.
Okay, good morning again. So my name is Nyawira. I sit with with Daniel Karaimo, as he's helping you collect your money in your businesses. What I do is I support you to be able to transact at the comfort of your office without having to leave your premises. I want you to continue your business without having to leave. So by short, what I do is I support payments, that is any transactions that you're doing within your mobile applications, or which is MCOP Cash, and also the internet banking platform if you're going to transact with us online. So what I want you to do is to sit comfortably at your premises, continue serving your customers as Karaimo supports you to collect the money from these customers. I also want you to be able to pay your suppliers comfortably at your seats as you're serving your customers. So that is what I do in a nutshell.
Thank you very much, Nyawira. Peter, would you just tell us a little bit, as a head nun on financials, what exactly do you do, and then we jump into these questions.
Thank you, Sam. As already introduced, my name is Peter. I am in charge of the non-financial services program, and what we talk about when saying about the non-financial services is these value-add solutions or services that support you to do businesses better. And this includes the webinar sessions that we're having today, the MSME networking forums that we do, the business clinics that bring our customers together across the network, and the international business trips that we normally organize for our customers. And of course, some information dissemination tool at our website where we give you a lot of information. So we also manage that as part of the non-financial services program. So that's what I do. Thank you.
Very good. All right, so we're just going to go back and forth with these questions. I'm just going to go ahead and jump with Daniel Kimani. I need your comment on inflation. So inflation is having a real impact across the board, not only in the cost of goods and services, but also from the wage perspective. Like, it gets a bit more complex. And our businesses are feeling the pinch. I think there's no business here that's not feeling the pinch of inflation as a result of many factors. Question, should we be worried about inflation? And how can Coop Bank help us in such times?
Thank you, Sam. I think we've seen a number of things affecting the economy. One is, of course, the world oil prices going up, and of course that means that the cost of products in the market are going up. And again, the escalation of the fluctuation of the dollar, that means the cost of also imports in the country are going up. This means also that importers of raw materials are likely not to be able to make payments to their suppliers, and therefore these imports are locked at the port. All this now affects the inflation. What we will see this being affected by government policies, and we're likely to see a change, of course, with the new government coming in. There are policies that the government needs to make in terms of controlling the dollar, and of course stabilizing the fuel in the country, and this will go a long way, of course, in making lowering the inflation rate. I think the next few months, from where we sit, that things are going to change to better than we are currently. Yeah, thank you.
And how can Coop Bank help us in this? Because that's, again, everyone is concerned, like, how can my bank help me in such a time?
This means as the inflation goes up, there is a constraint in terms of working capital for businesses. And therefore, as a bank, what we are doing is that we are making, you can realize that currently we have not even increased the interest rates for MSMEs, and we have quite a huge portfolio of MSMEs in our books. What we are doing is that we are trying to make it easy for the MSMEs to access cheap and accessible working capital. And this will mean that there's cash flowing in their businesses, and they're able to do investments, and therefore it becomes a bit easier for their operations.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. Let's go to our second Mr. Daniel, Mr. Karaimu. When you're starting a new business, sometimes it can take a while to get your books in order. I mean, everyone has probably been through that challenge. Will the Co-op Bank, how does the Co-op Bank help small businesses if we can't afford to immediately pay a loan in full, especially at the beginning? How do you respond to someone like that?
Okay, thank you so much. And we as a bank, we should start to say that we are operating in this environment, and obviously we are very much alive to what is happening within our economy and the interventions that we need to make so that we're able to support our customers. First of all, before we even get to the point of lending to a customer, the first thing we do is to actually do something we call appraisal. So we are going to actually appraise you and actually look at your turnovers and your capability to be able to pay back a loan. And from there, then we are able to qualify you to a specific amount that we are confident, or your business is able to support. And one of the things we do is that we work with you through our business bankers within our branches. I'm sure most of us who are here, MSMEs and business customers, we have interacted with our business banking team in our branches. So we have a contact point with the customer. Even before we get to the point of lending, we usually have that contact point with the customer, where now we are able to work with you, understand your business, understand your cash flows, understand what you do, so that we are able now to qualify you for an amount that we will not burden you. So actually we don't look to give you a loan just for you to go out there, try it out by yourself, but rather we work with, and that helps us a lot in terms of us being able to, arrest any scenarios where you're going to have issues of prepayment. But even when those scenarios might occur, again, we encourage our customers the same way we worked with you when you were starting the journey. Just talk to us, work with us. And this is something I know, even as we go along, we'll be speaking to, that don't walk away or don't disappear on your banker. Just work with the banker, let them understand the challenges you're going through. The bank has tools that it is going to use to help you to be able to, manage your credit.
Very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Karaimu. Nyawira, you deal with digital payments. So please advise, is it advisable for customers to have digital deposit solutions, and how does that work? If that's good, why is that important to have a digital solution? Sorry, I think you're on mute. Sorry about that. There you go.
Sorry for that. Thank you, Sam, for the question. I think it's really critical for anyone in business right now to have a digital solution. I think what happened in COVID, it just gave us a realization that if we are going to be sitting waiting for customers to come to us to actually give us hard cash to do transactions, the ball has moved. The customer now wants to get services at their own comfort. So it is really of our importance as the bank to support the MSME customers to be able to move towards that the day the customer is king. So for us is to enable you as MSMEs ready for your customers digitally. So it is critical for you to be in the digital space when it comes to receiving payments and accepting digital payments for your customers, to enable that option for them to be able to pay you using a digital means. So for us, it's able to, we are here and we are able to make you ready for that. And also, as you receive those payments from the customers, how also are you able to transact digitally to be able now to also meet the demand of these customers, if it is goods that you need to replenish to be able to serve these customers. So you have to pay your suppliers. So as you're receiving the payments, we also want to enable you to make your payments digitally so that you're able to run your business more effectively. So it's pretty critical at the moment for you to have a digital solution as a business.
So in 2022, it's important to be able to make payments digitally, but also to receive payments digitally. And CoopBank helps to do that. Okay, good. Peter, let me turn my attention to Peter. So Peter, you're all about helping the small business. My question, as CoopBank, what services do you offer the small businessman, the small business lady? What's the range of services that we can expect?
Yeah, thank you, Sam. Hope you can hear me.
Perfectly, yeah.
Thank you. I think as you indicated and as you've seen, we've out to the customers, especially to communicate to them, whether you have just started a business or you've been growing or you in that level that you now want to connect to the world, that we have solutions that are designed for all your needs, depending with where we are. And that's why last week we also had a session to say, what are those major solutions that we had? And briefly talked about the lending solution, because borrowing is one of the needs that our customers, and especially those who are in business, need. The other area that we also supporting our customers is on the transactional solutions, because again, being able to do transactions and being able to make payments is part of what you also need. So we have those transactional solutions as well. Again, and that is why we also have Daniel here and Nyawera, is to say that we also have the collections solutions, because as you sell your product, you also need to collect. You also need to give your customers payment solutions. We have the CoopTills and we have the collection solutions, including the collections, the agents. And so is to say that we have looked at a customer and we're able to give the solutions that they require, whether they are starting, whether they are growing, or they are in that level where we call them medium customers. Additionally, of course, is what we are doing on non-financial services, the program give them value to their businesses.
Okay,
Thank you,
good. Very good. Thank you so much. Let me come back to Daniel Kimani, especially I think a question that is best suited to you because it has to do with trade. So someone is saying between the raw material shortages and distribution challenges, like cargo ships delaying at the port, Mombasa, supply chain issues plaguing almost all these different industries, how can my bank, if I'm in CoopBank, how can my bank help me address the kinks that we experience in the supply chain?
Yeah, most businesses will experience challenges here and there as you do importation, or if you're buying locally. Also in terms of distribution of your products to your customers, and mainly the bank would want to know where is, as we've said, as you engage with your business banker or your relationship manager at the branch and the branch manager, what we would want to identify, where is the hitch? Is it on the distribution side or is it on the supplier side? Now, the bank now will come in and bridge that gap. I'll give an example. You're buying your goods in cash, but then you're selling your products, your final products, or you're buying your raw materials on cash, but you're selling your final products to your customers on credit, say 60 days or 90 days. Now, what happens is that you'll find that you have a hitch in terms of your distributors side, and therefore the bank will come in and bridge that gap between when you receive your payments and when you're making payments to your supplier. So what happens is that when you invoice your customers, you bring those invoices to the bank, and therefore we are able to finance those invoices at 80%. Now, if you have a shortage in terms of the supply side, you have a contract here and you need to buy raw materials, say from China. What the bank will do is that will give a letter of credit to your supplier, who will then ship your goods into the country, and you're able to manufacture your product and sell to your customers, either in cash or even on credit purposes. So the bank will either, what normally happens is that we would want to identify where the need is in those two scenarios, and we give the relevant product to give you a comfortable, seamless cycle for your business, so that you're able to even to turn those raw materials into cash.
Okay, very good. Thank you for bringing in, because I like how you explained the invoice financing in terms of you can borrow money from the bank based on what the customers owe to your business. So I think someone should be quite happy to hear that option. Mr. Karaimo, similar question. So most of us really love the day when we get a big order, a big business order. But then sometimes, I think it's a bit related. Sometimes you're not able to fulfill that order because you don't have enough cash, maybe liquidity issues and things like that. What would you advise? What product is there that you can go ahead and maybe propose to the person who's going through that situation?
Okay, thank you so much, Sam. I would like, because that one falls closely to what we are discussing around the solutions around trade and around how that kind of financing. I know Kimani is directly dealing with those kind of deals.
Okay.
You can actually be able to take.
Okay, let me throw it back to Kimani. So I'm a business person. I've got a large order for, and we're celebrating, but cash flow can be constrained. So if these people require upfront investment, what can Coop Bank do for me? Because I know someone here is dealing with something like that.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Daniel. I think this kind of business are people who are every now and then they are bidding for big jobs. You're bidding a contract, say with Kenha or Kura, you have that contract already, you've been awarded. But now you're wondering, the next question you ask yourself, where do I get the money? Do I have the savings to start off this job? Or now, where do I get the money? Now, we have different solutions, the way to approach that. There are three ways you can be able to finance that contract. One is to approach that entity that has given you that contract and request for what we call advance payment. Now, before you get an advance payment, you need to come to the bank and get what we call an advance payment guarantee. This guarantee enables you now to get
this
money.
Needs to be before, just to be sure. You need to do this before.
No, exactly. You have been awarded the contract.
Okay.
You have the contract there. One of the ways you can finance that contract is to get advance money, say 20%, to be able to mobilize resources. Right. So, and the bank now comes in by giving you what we call an advance payment guarantee to be able to access advance money. And therefore, that is one way. The second way is whereby what we call LPO finance or contract financing. You approach the bank, we do 60% of the contract. Depending on the previous contracts you've done, we're able to do 60%, advance you the money, and you can start off the job. The next way, the third way, is what we call invoice discounting. I know for most people who are operating such businesses, there is a pending invoice you have not been paid. So you come with that invoice or certificate, and we do 80% of that, so that now you get that money to start on the new contract. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for clarifying that. I will take just a few more questions and then we'll get to the live questions. Daniel, I wanted you walk me through. I know I want to maximize you for the specifics, especially of the options in terms of the mCoopTIL. Let me clarify. So especially when it comes to the CoopTIL solutions. Yeah, well, like what do I need to do what do I need to register for the CoopTIL solution, and how long does that even take?
Yeah, thank you so much. This is an exciting area, especially for us, because before as Kimani builds in terms of lending, I come to help the business to build its turnover, so that you are able now to to be able to bring as much as possible of your sales through your account, so that you allow the bank now to be able to have a clear picture of how your business is operating and be able to, qualify you as we are talking about. So we have come up with some exciting solutions, and one of them is what you have mentioned, COPTIL. And COPTIL is an offering we started in July this year. And we realized that most of our trading is happening through mobile, and that's why the mobile space has become quite popular through all our trading activities. And so we realized that most of our customers are coming to us telling us, how do I get paid from M-Pesa without my customer getting charged or myself getting charged? And so we have created a solution that is free of charge for both you and your customer. And it's called COPTIL. To register is pretty easy. You just need to have an account with us, of which I believe all of us have an account with us. And if you don't have an account with us, then we invite you to open one after this. So you just need to have an active account with us, and you fill a very quick form. It's a one-pager. And then at the branch, you'll be registered, and you'll be given a very simple number. The most exciting part about COPTIL is that you can actually be able to customize the number for yourself together with your banker. So you just go to the bank, and every COPTIL starts with prefix 400. So you can actually then customize 400 and a number of 5 digits after 400, which best fits you. And then you'll be created the TIL, and you are issued with a very well-branded poster that you're going. It's a self-stick, well-branded self-stick poster, just similar to the posters you see out there in the market. And you'll be able to put it in an area where the people paying you are able to see it and pay you, just the same way you see posters in supermarkets or in other businesses that we frequent. It's the same way that we're going to brand your business. So you're going to be able now to, everybody coming to give you a payment, they just go to M-Pesa, use our pay bill 400, 200, and then they just input that account number, which is now your COPTIL number, and the money is immediately sent to your account, and you're able to see it through a notification that we send to you immediately. And the last exciting part about this is that we are allowing you to have more than one phone number to receive notifications. So I'm imagining some of you, you're not domiciled at the enterprises. You could be moving around, you could be dealing in a different area, and you have an enterprise running. So you can have one number that is domiciled at the enterprise, where your cashier can be able to see the notifications from the bank and actually be able to use the goods or to give out the service. Yes, very so good. That's how easy it is to register and to actually get on board.
Okay. Yeah. Let me place my question to Nyawira, then I'll ask just one more question from Daniel. Nyawira, I'm curious to ask you, so digital payments, how well does COP work with other banks? Like when it comes to transferring money from my COP account to other local banks, I'm like curious. Any information you have around that? Also, maybe someone may be wondering, how long does it take for money I have sent from my M-COP cash to reflect in another bank? Do you have some of that information? But before you answer that, Daniel, if you could very quickly help me, what's the difference between 400, 200 and 400, 222? I think there's an interesting question there.
Wow, thank you. Happy to be able to respond to that again. 400, 200 is what we call our mainstream pay bill number. So you are able to send funds either if you have COPTIL as I described. So COPTIL enables you to it's like the TIL service of 400. Then we have you want to send money to your own account and you don't have a COPTIL, you either to a personal account, a saving account, probably you have an account on the side for your child, or you want somebody to just pay direct and you don't have a COPTIL. So you can use 400, 200 again. In the place for account number now, you indicate your full bank account number. It's a most popular. This is what customers have been using popularly. Then if you have a wallet and you want to send money to your wallet, that is the M-COP Cash wallet, you can still use 400, 200. In place of account number, you put your phone number and your funds will come into your wallet. Now 400.
Yes, tell me about 222, yes.
400-222 is what we popularly call collection. It functions almost the same as COPTIL because it is a short code to your account. The difference with the COPTIL is for 400-222, it works best for businesses that need narration. So in place of account number, we give you a short code, and then after the short code, you put a hash, and you're able to narrate. Let me give an example of a school. Let's say you're running a private school.
Just a bit briefly, so we can hear Nyawira's response as well.
Thank you. So if you're running a school, you'll be able now to receive narrations of the students who have paid, probably their student number or their student name. So that's basically the difference. In terms of charges for 400-222, there will be a pay bill charge on the payer side for 400-222, but for 400-200, is free on both sides on all occasions. Okay. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Daniel. Very in-depth and very full. Nyawira, please tell me about MCOP with other banks. Again, my question, how do I transfer? How easy is it to transfer? But also, how long does it take for money to reflect if I send from my MCOP cash? Because I know you handle digital payments, so you're very well placed to answer this.
Thank you, Sam, for the question. I think for what we offer on MCOP Cash is not only COP-to-COP transfers. So specifically to your question on other bank transfers, you are enabled to do transfers directly from your mobile banking, and you have an option to either use the USSD, which is *667#, or you can download our app from your Play Store or App Store. We have an application for MCOP Cash, and within the app, we have two options to do transfers to other banks. One is RTGS, and we also have PesaLink. So the difference between, we have RTGS and PesaLink. So the difference between the two is that PesaLink is real time. So if I'm doing a transfer to KCB, for example, and I initiate the transfer right now, it will hit the other bank on a real time. For RTGS, however, has a lapse. It has a time lapse of close to 1 to 2 hours before it hits the other bank. And it also has a cutoff time of up to 1 p.m. before you do the transaction. So that's the difference between the two. So if you need to do real-time transactions, PesaLink is the option that you would have to do transfers to other banks.
Okay, and sorry, I may have missed this. How long would it take to reflect?
For PesaLink, I mentioned is real time. Real time means it will hit
immediately
the other account immediately.
As soon as you click.
However, for RTGS has a slight delay of a few hours. So if you need an immediate transaction, PesaLink is the option for you. Okay,
but at least it's good to know that either way, it's same day. In a few hours, you can make both transactions.
Yes, it is the same day.
Right. Thank you, Nyawira. I'll ask Peter one question, and then I'll go to the live questions. Okay. So I see that lots of people have typed in questions. I know and I guess our panel will advise me on who would like to answer what. I know there's someone, I think Bavon asked already, who takes care of the loan when I'm dead? I've not cleared it yet. There's concerns there. Bavon, I hope you're not planning to go anywhere. We still need you here. Kenya needs people like you, so don't we don't want to go for a funeral. You stay with us. But it's a very valid question. So we will come to these questions. And also someone is asking to explain what is the disbursement fee. Very many questions. But lastly, let me come to Peter. Peter, so scenario, as a company's capital needs to evolve, it will likely need a broad assortment of sources. So whether long-term, short-term, debt, equity, all those things. The question is, does Coop Bank have an advisory option? Like if I need advice on these different solutions as an SME, do you have an option for me? If yes, how do we access this? Peter?
Thank you so very much, Sam, for the question. I think one of the things we have as a bank is to say our business bankers or our relationship managers at the branches, together with the branch managers, are very, very supportive in terms of, one, identifying the needs of the customers. You realize needs are different. Today, I would possibly want to have some trade solutions. Even before Kimani and team get to meet the customers, I think what we try to really do is to ensure we've done a lot of training to our business bankers, or we call them our relationship managers, because they are supposed to relate very, very well with you as a business customer. So before then, we even discuss about the solution. Then we have to understand the need so that we know who would be the best person to support you. So I think I need there to say, let your needs be understood clearly by the relationship manager or the business banker or the branch manager. Then they are able to support you with the solutions that you require. Number two is if you go to our website and you go to MSME portal, we've tried to put a lot of materials and information that maybe would also help you to get more information, and also the contact that will support you. Lastly is these engagements that you're having every week. I think they also come in to say you can get a lot of information in terms of advisories on maybe what you require. But most importantly is for us to really understand you through the branches. If the branch is not able to support you maybe with the equity a product that you're looking for, then they're able to channel you or direct you to the necessary or relevant department for that support.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, our esteemed panel. Please don't go anywhere. Stay with me, and I need your help. So I need you to advise me on who would like to pick what. Let's start with the gentleman. He's not planning to die, but it's an important question. What happens? I am with Coop Bank. I've taken a loan. God has called me home. What happens to that loan? Help me. Who would like to? You could just raise your hand or give me a thumbs up. And Peter, go ahead. So for these ones, there's so many questions. I don't think we'll be able to go through all of them. There's so many in the chat and in the Q&A. So let's have some quick fire responses, and we'll see how much we can cover. Peter?
Thank you, Sam. I think on the cases where there is death or there is permanent disability, we have what we call insurance claims. We normally charge you when you're getting a loan. We have some insurance premium that has been paid, and so we just go to the insurance to claim for that loan to be cleared, and we normally clear the outstanding loan balance. Thank you.
Okay, very good. There's Sarah Nyawira, so I guess I'm going to direct this question to Nyawira if you don't mind. She says, I noticed the bank has shortened the MCOP loans payment period from 6 months to 4 months. Is this true? And if so, what is the reason? Sarah, are you in position to respond to this? Give me a thumbs up, or anyone who, just give me a thumbs up. Peter, okay, so Daniel, just a short answer, then we can try to cover more questions. Daniel?
Okay, let me take that. So we have not shortened the loans from 6 to 4 months. I think.
Okay.
Let me make that clear.
This is good news. Okay.
Let me explain.
Okay. Okay.
What you have done is that nowadays we have what we call a scoring engine. We run through your account and we look at credits, how the debits come in, what are you capable to pay within what time. So it's we can call it
credit score.
Credit score as a smart way of us knowing what best suits our customers. So that's why you see some limits you access at 6 months, some other limits you access at 4 months. So it's not that we have reduced the loan. Yes. Okay,
I guess it's a good place to add the follow-up question. How can I improve my credit score? Because I know I think I saw a question previous. How can I improve my credit score?
That's something I would like to speak on. Yes, you can improve your credit score by a number of things. One is ensure that there are no unpaid items in your account. If you have a running loan, let's say a working capital loan, an asset finance loan, ensure that it's being paid in time, so there is no arrears which are happening in your account. No unpaid items like standing orders and the like. Collection. ensure that most of your sales are happening through your account. And that's why we speak about the collection solutions, the COP-TIL, the M-Collection, the Lipa na M-Pesa solution through the banks. So that now we are able to have a 360 view of your business, and we're able to appraise you better.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Daniel. Nyawira, can you help me with this? Martha is asking, are the mobile interest rates going down? Do we have hope to see them going down? What's the situation there? Are you on mute though? So I'm presenting all the difficult questions.
Sure, the best person to comment on this.
I know. So I'm presenting.
I might give false hope.
I know. And I'm sure all of us are waiting with bated breath to hear. Nyawira is the lady on the panel. Surely let's ask Nyawira for some mercy.
I know.
Do you have a comment on that?
Of course, for the interest rates, it's not a decision that a comment that I can make up right here on whether they're going to go down or not. But of course, we've seen there's been a shift in the markets with regards to interest rates. So it's up on the floor, and it's something that probably will be looked at. Yeah, it's something in this probably that will be in discussion, and of course you will be getting the information if that will happen. Yeah.
We hope for the best. Nyawira is not saying yes, she's not saying no, she's saying it's under discussion. Nyawira, you're giving us hope. I appreciate that. But while you're here, let me ask you another question. Someone is asking, can the bank add repayment period on mobile loans? And if so, what needs to happen there?
Can you repeat the question again?
Is it possible for the bank to add a repayment period when I'm dealing with a mobile loan?
We have a specific period for mobile loans. This is mainly because of the limits that we do and how the scoring engine goes on the mobile applications. If you need a longer tenure, we have options for that now that are done at a different level. However, there have been discussions on improving on the tenure or the current tenure, and also doing a different scoring when it comes to the period. But it's something that's also in discussion, so it could be reviewed when it comes to the tenure. Yeah, let me just make that comment. Maybe I could pick one question here, Sam. I see Moses is saying he deals with a wholesale and transport businesses, a transport business. And he's limited to doing transfers for 1 million. So his question is it possible to transact more using internet banking? Note that with 1 million cap, I'm only able to supply one client who needs 6,000 liters, a scenario that limits his business. So Moses, just to respond to your question, yes, it is possible to transact online more than 1 million. I think it's just that we have different platforms when it comes to access to your account online. So if your type of business is a business that does transactions above 1 million, we have a platform that is able to cater to your needs, that has higher limits that are above 1 million for you to be able to transact and sustain your business online. So my response to you is you should visit your branch to be able to get access to the right online banking channel for you that suits your kind of business. Because with M-Corp Cash, we have a limitation when it comes to the limits when you're doing transfers of, it has a cap, yes, of up to 1 million. However, we have another online platform that gives you higher limits to do your more than 1 million when it comes to your transactions. So Moses, you can visit us at the branch to enhance that limit.
Very good. I hope by now everyone who is asking questions, you understand the more detail the question has, the more we are actually going to encourage you to engage in a fuller conversation with your bank manager and with your bank, just so we don't miss the details. But now let me switch the subject, non-secured loans. Please give me a thumbs up. Which one of my panelists wants to take A few of our people are asking, is it possible? What's the process? What's the criteria? Daniel Kimani is smiling. I don't know if I should, Mr. Trade, do you want to pick this up, or shall we give it to someone else?
Just give it to Peter.
Peter, okay, Mr. Peter Numia, thank you. All right.
Thank you, Sam. We have unsecured loan facilities,
yes.
and I think most of the customers, and possibly some of them who are here, have benefited from unsecured loan facilities. And the good news is that even if you are banking elsewhere and you coming to us as CoBank as a new customer, we also having a discussion to support you on unsecured facilities. The only thing I would just let the team to know is that there are two ways of getting unsecured facilities. Through the branch network, where your banker analyzes you and your business, and based on your bankings, then they're able to see how they support you the same. And the other one is, of course, the digital loans, or the mobile loans, or the e-credits for business. So a number of our customers get up to 1 million, which is the current limit. So we are hoping that we can even take it higher than 1 million as we continue to look at the score. So yes, we do. Most important thing is for you to bank very, very well, especially with the account held with us. And of course, if you have had other loans, let's have those loans being repaid timely. Not issue around character, issue around your business having good cash flows. Really support you to get unsecured loan facilities. Thank you.
Very good. I see lots of comments, and I'm just going to make a general comment. There's lots of comments on the rates of e-credit. I think either extending the period or just the general rates. So good news is we've taken note of it, and it's going to be discussed further. And there are no guarantees at this point, because it would not be respectful of any of us to tell you something that's not true. However, it's something that's being looked into. Okay, I just wanted to let you know. Now, Quinta has a question. Again, any of my panelists, just give me a thumbs up, physical thumbs up, then I'll be able to let you know who can take this. Quinta is asking, what's the process of getting a car loan for business? Pickup, to be precise. So he wants to get a car loan for business. He's not trying to just drive in a new car. He wants to get a pickup for business. What's the process of getting a car loan? Anyone? Thumbs up? Okay, good. Peter, go ahead.
Allow me also, Sam, to handle that. And also, Melvin Achieng had also asked similar question. And she's also talking about a truck, getting an asset finance product to be able to purchase a truck for or a motor vehicle to be able to transport goods from the suppliers to the customers, or even from the business to the customers. Yes, I think we have been able to support our MSMEs or the business customers to be able to own motor vehicles and movable assets for this. So you just need to, again, give us your statements, and we need to just understand your business. It is very, very easy for you to access an asset finance. What we have done is also to negotiate some good deals with the local dealers, or what we call the motor vehicle manufacturers, so that then we have some very good financing features where we go up to, say, 95% for motor vehicles, and then you contribute up to 5%. We also have those other motor vehicles that, depending with the dealer, where we finance maybe up to 90 or 80%. So again, a very good discussion that you need to have with your business banker to support you. And my advice to you, bank cash flows. They don't even look at many things. You just need, first of all, to understand your needs and banking. So your cash flows will help you access an asset finance. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Let me present a question I I don't have the name here yet, but one of the young entrepreneurs here is below 25. So he has been in business for the last 4 years. It seems to be doing well. He tried applying for asset finance and it was declined. The reason they told him was it was his age. What is your advice? I think other banks may be providing, offering this kind of entrepreneur loan, but wasn't the case. Would you advise? Anyone? I'll follow your thumbs up.
Okay.
Okay.
Some again allow also me to handle that because I know this is one of the areas that we've really been supporting our MSMEs.
Yes.
I would be interested to engage that participant whose case was declined because of the age, because I know once you have a registered business and you're above 18 years, then and you have a business, then we need to support you because it's a matter of business. So we have cases we've supported from 18 years up to 70 years. And even if you are above 70 years, we will possibly ask you to come with a co-borrower and be able to support you. So I think age, maybe in terms of the type the business was has been able to run could be an issue, but in terms of your age, maybe it's something that we need to look at and see whether there are other issues that maybe we needed to handle. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. I'm just flagging it for my panelists. Is there any particular question that I know there's so many questions, so it's going to be difficult to choose. So I'm just inviting my panelists. Peter, Imani, do you see any questions in the Q&A that you'd like to flag? I know we're trying to cover as much ground as possible. Also, I want to let as you do that, I want to let our participants know that we have a whole team of people behind the scenes who are typing responses to your questions. So if you've asked a question, please go back and check. Someone may actually have already responded to you, okay? So just go ahead and the chances are that you've been responded to. For those who would have wanted to be on the mic, we're trying to maximize the time and all that. So we are trying to focus on just using the text so that we can direct the questions directly. Okay. Just going to give my panelists at the moment. Okay, Daniel, go ahead. You can unmute your mic, state the question and your response.
I think I've seen, there's a question on financing LPO for KPA and how long does it take? For LPOs, yes, KPA is one of the pre-qualified entities by the bank. What happens is that we look at how long the contract will take. Maximum period is normally 6 months. So we'll give you the money and then you will pay within the contract period, say 2 or 3 months. Then some of the conditions for LPO finance is that we request an undertaking from the entity that has given you the LPO, and we do irrevocable instructions to that entity to ensure that the payment for that LPO will come to the bank. Again, another condition is that we finance maximum 60% of the LPO amount. So if you had an LPO of 1 million, then we can give you up to 600,000. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. I'm just going to give another moment to, so we are in the last minutes of our time together. So that's why I'm opening it up to Nyawira. Do you see a question you'd like to respond to? Maybe okay, sorry, go ahead, Daniel.
Probably one, just to bring it to attention to Daniel. Daniel, there is one about, do you support farmers or suppliers getting used farm machinery from abroad? If so, how and what are the requirements and facilitation? Probably you could look at that, Daniel.
Thank you so much.
Daniel. Yeah, for any equipment you might be importing into the country, and say from Italy, what happens is that you negotiate with the seller on their side. Normally they give you a pro forma invoice, or you sign a contract with them. That pro forma invoice is what you come with to the bank, to your branch. And of course, you fill in what you call a letter of credit application form. What happens is that we issue a confirmation, or what you call a letter of credit, to the seller on the other side, confirming that if they ship that equipment into the country and it's up to the standard you had agreed with that seller, then the bank will make a payment. So immediately it's shipped into the country, we receive the shipping documents, which we release to you. You're able to clear that equipment at the port. And now after that is that we book it. If you had cash, we'll just debit your account and pay the seller. If you didn't have cash, we book it as a loan. This case, it can be what you call an asset finance or working capital loan, maybe for 3 years or for 4 years, depending on how much you can qualify. So basically, what you need if you're importing that equipment is the pro forma invoice. You have an account with us, and you have a business that is able to pay off a loan equivalent to the purchase price of that equipment. One thing you need to note is that we are facilitating you to import, and so that we only book a loan when that equipment is here. We're also facilitating you to pay for duty, to clear that equipment at the port, and pay for duty and pay for the clearing charges. Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Beldin Acheng is asking a question. Do you also finance? So you talked about LPO financing. Do you also do that for schools and colleges?
What we have is that we have pre-qualified different entities based on their payment history with their suppliers. Some entities, I would give an example, say like a public university or counties, some suppliers get hitches in terms of getting their payments, and therefore those loans, if you were to finance those LPOs, they'll go bad. So we have a pre-qualified list. Schools is not one of them. Public universities are not one of them, but generally there are entities that are on the NSE, Nairobi Stock Exchange, and then government parastatals, state agencies, and ministries. Those ones, if you have LPOs from them, we easily finance them.
And what are the requirements? I know Hosea is also asking, what are the requirements for that LPO financing? It seems to be a very interesting subject for many.
Thank you. You need that LPO, and we also look at your previous LPOs. So you must have done at least, I would say at least 3 or 4 LPOs similar to the LPO you have. So you come with those LPOs and the current LPO you want to be financed. And the other requirements would be maybe statements from where you're banking, identification documents. This includes registration certificates for your business and other things, say KRA PIN. Also, any amount up to 500,000 is normally unsecured. We only require undertaking from the procuring entity. Now, up to 2 million, we can also use a motor vehicle as security, and above that, we use a legal charge. Also, in terms, if you don't have enough security, we have what we call African Guarantee Fund, whereby we put in your insurance. You raise only 50% of the security, and then the other security, we're able to accommodate you. So security should not worry you. Just talk to us. We just look at the LPO you have, and you're able to finance.
Very good. Thank you so much. This is as much as we had time for now. We're 10 minutes to the end of our time, so I'm going to allow. But before everyone leaves, I'll just give maybe just a few seconds to a parting shot. So for the Mr. Daniel Kimani, Mr. Karaimu, Peter, and Nyawira, what are your parting shots to a room full of, we have several hundred entrepreneurs listening in and tuning into this particular session? What would you say to them? Maybe we'll start with ladies first, of course. Nyawira.
Okay. Well, for me, I think my parting shot for today is I think for you to remain competitive in business, it's really important for you to be in the digital space. Also, to enhance your efficiency in business, it's important for you to incorporate digital platforms within your business to be able to track your business, to be able to also receive your payments, to be able to enable you make payments, and also track your business in a daily and be able to make you efficiently remain competitive without having to waste a lot of time going to and from the bank. So being digitally enabled is really critical for your business in this day and age.
Okay. Very good. Thank you so much, Nyawira. Daniel Karaimu.
Thank you. And this has been an exciting and quite a deep interaction with our customers. It's encouraging to see lots of questions coming in and even concerns. Parting shot is we have registered your concerns around the interest rates. I've seen quite a number of concerns around that. And it's something that obviously we as a bank will continue having discussions around and seeing how best we can be able to tailor make our products so that we are able to support our customers. In terms of your receiving payments in your account, as we always say, let's start from where you are. Allow your business to become completely intertwined with our ecosystem as a bank so that we are able to process your facilities the best way we can and allow you to know you as much as possible. So allow those sales to come through your account, through your digital channels.
Very good.
Talk to us and talk to your bankers and let us walk the journey together. We have solutions at every step. And as you grow, we are going to grow together. Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you so much. Mr. Kimani, and then Peter.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. I think what is coming out is clear. You need to have that deep conversation with the bank. Let the business banker or the relationship manager of your account and the branch manager to know you better so that they're able to give you a solution that is tailor-made for what you're doing. For trade finance, I realized that it must be an underlying transaction, and therefore it's better. For this session, I know you can't get so much into detail, but what you're saying is that come talk to us so that we're able to give you the correct solution. Thank you very much.
Very good. And lastly, Peter.
Yeah, thank you. I think for me, Sam, is to really appreciate the customers, the participants for this, even investing their time to learn and engage. We may not have been able to cover everything. As you noticed, there are quite a number of questions. Some of them we've been able to answer and others not. But I think as you notice, there is need for us to keep engaging. I think the word here is engage, engage, and engage with our relationship managers. Let's take advantage of all the solutions, be it digital, be it trade, be it e-credit. I think they will go in hard to support our businesses. So let's keep engaging and even attend the other upcoming sessions. Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Thank you so much. A round of applause where you are in the chat. Let me get you to appreciate our panelists. Thank you so much for giving us the information you have. Of course, just like Peter said, we have about 600 people and 200 who are using the computers who are on record here. So it's difficult to address all the questions, but we've tried to group them and maximize the engagement. And I thank you so much for staying till the end. Now, what we're doing, the whole point of this particular session is so that we are able to provide value to the customers. I see the round of applause is going up. Using your emojis. Yeah, let's do that again. Round of applause, please, for Nyawira, for Daniel Karaimu, for Daniel Kimani. Yes, thank you so much. And thank you as well, because we want to thank the customers for being here, because if you're not here, then we wouldn't be here. Okay, so I'm flagging this for you. We're going to be having these sessions every week on Thursday. The structure is for 3 or 4 Thursdays in the week and in the month. We will be dealing with a particular aspect of your business. Okay, so this month has been a specific subject. The next month is going to be another specific area of conversation. And then at the end of the month, the last session, we dedicated to just asking questions, a time when we can get the bank guys together and say, okay, so hey, we have questions. What's LPO financing? Maybe I applied and I was 24 years and they didn't give me the thing. What do I need to do? How can I resolve? I want to get a pickup on loan, non-secured loans. Tell me about these digital payments. What can I do? And that's what we're going to be trying to do every month. So for those who would have loved to speak on mic, maybe we'll do that next time, but we've maximized this particular forum. And I think it's been very helpful. Now, I'd like to get you excited for what's going to be happening next month. But before I do that, the key things that I've had coming through is it's really important to connect with and build a relationship with your bank manager. That's the only way you can have a full conversation. It's difficult to respond fully in a forum like this. And then the second is explore your financial needs and options with your banker. You may be surprised there are options that are available to you that you did not realize they're actually available to you. So those are 2 tips that we wanted to share with you. Please invest in that, and we believe that the bank will be able to give you the value that you're looking for. Now, I'm going to invite Fiona, who is the project coordinator for these particular sessions, to just talk us through what we can expect for next month. What's the topic? What's the theme? Who can we expect? What are we going to be learning? And just so we can get excited about next month. Over to you, Fiona, briefly, and then we'll come to close.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thank you, COP Bank team, and for everyone for being here. Now, next month, we will be focusing on sales and marketing because once we understand our finances, it's time to boost our businesses, put them out there so that we can be able to grow and thrive. So next week on Thursday, we'll be having Muthoni Muchai, who is a marketing consultant and a captain of the industry, speaking to us about market research, recognition, opportunity, and targeting our audiences. We'll also be having an entrepreneurial branding session the following week from amazing captains of the industry as well. And then, like we all agree, content is king, and in the market, we want you to shine. And so we'll be having people telling you how to put out a story out there, helping you to brand yourself so that you're not branded by others. So with that, Sam, I hope all of you join in. The first timers, welcome. Our regulars, welcome. And always watch out for our emails and the good stuff we have sending your way. So see you there.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much, Fiona, and thank you so much for the excitement there. So lots to look out for. So sales and marketing for October. October is all about sales and marketing. All right, Peter, we're coming to the end. What's the call to action? What do we need to do so that we can follow up with actions that move us forward as businesses as well?
Sam, as we indicated, let's have that conversation with our team at the ground, at the branches. Let's continue using our MSME package accounts to do the transactions. Of course, we have the digital solutions, the payment solutions, the collection solutions to make sure that then we are able to operate our business efficiently with minimal costs, because we don't have to spend a lot of money and time to go to the branches. We take advantage of the digital solutions to make payments and collect. Of course, let's continue to explore the financing needs and options with our bankers. A number of us have talked about LPOs, asset finance, working capital, the e-credit. Let's have that discussion on the ground, and I'm very sure we'll be able to support you as you continue to grow in your business. I think Sam will also share our MSME online portal link on the chat so that our customers can continue to get even more information regarding the solutions that we have, and also the non-financial services that we have, including the recordings of the previous webinars. Please just be on the lookout. Go to our website also to get the portal and the information that you need to continue to do your business. So let's keep having these sessions. As you have seen, the next sessions are quite amazing and very exciting and very impactful in our businesses. So asanteni sana, we cannot thank better even for having this conversation, having more than 600 participants. We really appreciate you, our customers, and of course, our speakers for the day, Daniel, and also the other Daniel and Nyawera, of course, Fiona and Sam. That was quite engaging, and we really appreciate all of you for having this. Asante sana.
Very good. Right. Lastly, before you leave, I just want to say thank you to all the customers who have been here. Thank you again to our panelists. And if you want to reach out to Cooperative Bank, so this is the detail on the screen. There's an email, there's a WhatsApp number, there's a phone line, and there's also an MS number that you can use. So 16441. Also, if you'd like to reach out regarding the program that we are running the weeks to come, Fiona is the person to reach out to. She's the project coordinator, African Management Institute. So that's the number on the screen. I'm going to leave this here briefly. And at the same time, I want to say thank you for being such a great audience, and have a great evening. Great afternoon. Before you leave, I'd like to invite Nyawira back just to say a short prayer. She started us off with prayer, and we at Co Bank like to end with prayer. So let's go ahead and do that. Nyawira, if you could.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not Nyawira. She's smiling at me so that I can close.
Okay.
Prayer.
Go ahead, Daniel.
So let us believe and pray. Thank you, Lord, for this session that you've given us to be able to interact with our customers. Lord, we are grateful for the time that we have had, and we thank you for the opportunity to share information and knowledge, oh God. And I pray for their businesses as they operate, wherever they are. I pray, God, that you're going to remember them. You're going to give them more sales. We pray for favor in what they are doing, oh God. Favor their businesses, oh God, and give them a breakthrough, oh God. For those who are trusting you for new levels, oh Jehovah, I pray that, Lord, you're going to elevate them, oh God. And for those who are starting out, I pray, my Father, you're going to give them knowledge, capacity, wisdom, understanding to be able to prosper in this market. Lord, we pray for new opportunities for each and every one of us, oh Lord. We thank you for the rest of the day. I pray that, Lord, you're going to keep us and bless us. We pray this shortly, believing and trusting in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. God bless you and have a great day. Look forward to seeing you next week.